Gorgeous souls, welcome to the Lady Level Up Pause podcast. I am your host, Karizza Cuello. As an empowerment coach with a soul for women, I am passionate on helping those who are ready to rise above their struggles. I believe every woman is capable of stepping fully into the fullest expression of her soul. And I also believe every woman can achieve harmonious success in her life. In this podcast series, I will be sharing about golden nuggets and fully stepping into your personal sacred power. I will be sharing with you spiritual tools, process, mindset, teachings, and my stories that can help you deliver your own transformation. It is my intention to help you see that you are not limited by your past and you can outgrow the old beliefs that are holding you back. Gorgeous souls, you can absolutely embody the energy and frequency of a woman determined to rise. I am excited for you and our journey together. Hey gorgeous souls, welcome and I am glad you're here joining me today. Let's do a quick recap on last episode. If you find happiness is very far from where you are right now, listen to episode 9. Here I shared 4 steps on how to start feeling better than yesterday. In today's episode, the vibe of our golden nugget is be willing to actually get what you want. I posted this on my IG and the response is very good. You can follow me on Instagram, search at Karizza_Cuello, and I will be happy to meet you. I had this feeling last week, and it is a guilt coming out to the surface. Maybe for you, sometimes you are having self doubt and you are second guessing yourself. All of us, at some point, we experience this, especially at the beginning when we are starting to spread our wings. The first hurdle is we always have this feeling of self doubts. And as we are the Lady Level Up community that we are determined to do the inner shift and we do the inner work. And once we do the inner work, we're starting to believe that we are enough. The next hurdle that we come face to face is this feeling of guilt, another layer of self-doubt, and we find ourselves asking the question, do I really deserve this? Am I worthy of it? Am I good enough to really enjoy this result of what I desire? That's when we need to remind ourselves and hold the frequency, I am determined to get what I want. I am worthy, I am capable, and it is our job to reinforce again and again and again. And for me, I remind myself of my beliefs. God, source, universe support my desires, and my desires are divinely planted. As we are kind-hearted women that we want the highest good for ourselves. And at the same time, we are wishing that for others. And our inner work will always be choosing to rise above the negative emotions, choosing to align our mind, our emotions, our feelings, and our body to the truth that our highest good is supported by the divine. And what we receive for our life, we will always desire for others to have. I believe that when we are on our spiritual path, when we fully recognize and believe in our divine support, when our thoughts are out of alignment, they will always send us messages. They will always point us back and guide us to our center. The day that I saw this beautiful reminder, be willing to get what you actually want, I was feeling this lower vibrational emotion, if I've said, of guilt. And when I got to this line, I was silent for a good minute because I know they're getting my attention. I know the universe is talking to me. I was soaking in the energy and frequency of those words. I saw it from an article written by Ra Goddess, the CEO of Move the Crowd, and at the same time, I can hear Ra's voice inside my head saying, "Girl, it is time to receive the fruits of your labor. Don't run, don't hide, don't second guess yourself. Stop and listen. It is your time. Today is an important day. Now is the time, sister." I can hear her voice. And I was okay, 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 okay. I got it, I got it. And I believe that before we reach the point of where we are now, like where we are in this moment, we made many different decisions. And many times for sure, we found ourselves on the tipping point of almost, we're very close with our breakthrough. And then sometimes we pull back. And when we pull back, it's like we do this self sabotage um, decisions or whatever that is because we're afraid and we attune to the negative emotions of self-doubt. I don't deserve it, who am I to receive this, and we change our mind and look at the words breakthrough. It is two words coined together. One is break and then through. When we are in that point of on the verge of having our breakthrough, it feels like I imagine it as our energy is cracking open. Because we are starting to grow our wings. We are not yet flying. We're not yet flying. We're just stepping outside of our old pattern. And when we do that, in a way, we are outgrowing who we are used to be. And I imagine it, we are from the ground floor, we are elevating to the third floor. It's a different view up there in that area, and we can see wider and we can see higher. And in this place sometimes is where we commit self-sabotage. It is when we choose to stay at the lobby because we don't want to be promoted to our room with a view because it is outside of our comfort zone. So when we find ourselves being in that point, exactly where I am last week, where I'm feeling the negative vibration of feeling guilt coming out of me, I invite you to be a gentle observer. Be kind to yourself and not shrink back and be scared and go to the fear pattern because it is showing up for us to make another choice. What I did, I opened my journal and I know and I recognize that this negative pattern is something I have to address. And then, and that's what I want you to do to yourself. Whatever self-sabotage we did from our past, we can always change that pattern. I am holding the energy and frequency within this conversation. We are not here to be judging ourselves and feeling bad towards ourselves, but in this energy of conversation, we have the power. We have the power to make a choice. We have the power to rise above any negative emotions that we are having. Where do we begin before we reach our breakthrough moment? So we begin by goal setting with the soul. And here's a practical step. Number one, we begin by setting our intention. It can be through prayer, and we ask. When we ask and pray for things to become part of our reality, we are inviting it into our energetic field. Number two, the second step is we are welcoming it, we allow it to happen, we expect it to become part of us. While we are in this receiving mode, imagine it like an infinity flow. In our giving the request, we are expecting it to flow towards us like the infinity flow. Then the last step is we need to become a match for what we desire. We need to take actions that will deliver exactly what we asked for. So that's how we complete the process. That's how we reach our breakthrough moment, by receiving exactly what we asked for. Let's say, let's give an example. You are single. Finally, you made a decision. You made a decision because everything starts from decision. You need to make up your mind that you want it or something. Like, for example, the love. You want it to invite it, this ideal person, to become part of your life. So you make a request. You open your arms and say to God, Source, and Universe, I am welcoming this special person to become part of my life. Then the next thing that happens, you notice men are starting to notice you. They are looking at you. And the second that you notice is your energy starts to freak out. You get nervous, you get uncomfortable. To some degree, it is very normal, right? Because this is something new. But take notice that it is already working. But sometimes we have we develop this conversations inside our head because you're feeling uncomfortable, you're feeling fearful. Men are liars. Men are here. They're abusive. They can become like my ex, or an old story that you witnessed from your past. So this starts to come inside your mind. The moment we entertain these thoughts, old stories inside our head, our energy starts to like shut down. Like, sorry, close for business. Because there you are emitting a resistance from the thoughts that you're having. So you make a request. Let's review. You make a request. It is working because you notice men are looking at you, but you cannot receive the ideal person because of the vibration of the thoughts that are circulating inside your head. Take note that we asked for a request for the ideal person, which is for our highest good. That's the intention, is very clear. But there is the resistance, there's a wall that is blocking or an obstacle before the universe can completely give to you this ideal person. So, our job, our inner work, is to clear the old stories that are playing inside our head. Our job is always clear away our resistance because this resistance is blocking the infinite flow of the universe. You know, the infinity? You're going to give a request and then it will flow back to you. What's in the way of totally receiving our desire is the blocks, the resistance, the stories that are playing inside our head, our beliefs that we can totally create a new powerful beliefs. So our focus is how to melt this resistance away from our energy. This is exactly the point where we need to step out of our old pattern. In this particular example, beliefs about men. You will get hurt, because they will not fully embrace and accept who I am as a person. Okay, the next step is I will give you the two methods to clear out the resistance. Then we will going to close this episode with the meditation guiding you through the methods. And are you ready? Because I am. So this will be a powerful exercise if you do this with free and open mind with the intention of rising above the old patterns that you have. This will help you move things with a positive momentum. Okay? The inner work to clear out the resistance, number one, is through forgiveness process. In our particular example, we need to identify where this story is coming from. Is this a story from a past relationship? Or is this a story from a male figure that you witnessed in your life? The teachable nugget is we can always create a new story. This potential person that we're inviting as part of our life, we will going to choose it. We will going to choose him. We will not going just to pick the first random person on the street. What I'm trying to say is we have the power, right? So the first step is clear out this vibration that is sending mixed signal. We want and then we don't want. We have this resistance of totally receiving and inviting the person for our highest good. So we will forgive the story that is playing in our head. That's one. The next, we will forgive ourselves for having this story inside our head. When we do this process, we need to be very kind and gentle towards our thoughts. This is very critical because sometimes we think our thoughts is us and we think we are the problem. So that's why it's very, very important to be kind and gentle, not to judge ourselves. We are doing this through a loving place. We are doing this because we want to rise above our old pattern and we don't want to repeat the past. That's why this is a tipping point. This is where our breakthrough can happen, where we can outgrow the old choices and the old beliefs that we used to believe in. You can do this through journaling, and later we will do a meditation. I will help you through the process of forgiveness. The next step is declare new stories, because we're going to override the stories that is looping inside our head. So I believe, for me example, I believe our guides, our angels, and the divines always support our desires. So it will support us and guide us to the right person who is for my highest good. And I'm choosing a man who will give me utmost respect. I'm choosing a man who will see me as a person, not just admire my physical embodiment. I am choosing a man who loves me, will accept me, and willing to grow and expand with me. I'm choosing a man who is honest and with integrity. I am declaring these new stories. I want to align and create this as part of my reality. When you are doing this process, the declaration of new stories, you don't have to think of where and how to find this person, right? Sometimes we get freaked out, another layer of freaking out, because we start to think how, where, this is impossible. So just in this process, allow yourself to be clear who the person you are inviting into your life. Remember that you have to feel good and excited, not worried and fearful, okay? Don't panic, don't stress out. We need to be very clear and we need to get familiar to the energy or frequency of the desire of the man that we desire to become part of our life. So when we meet that person who is matching that vibration, we are already familiar. It is easy for us to make the decision if it's no, yes, no, 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 next, right? Sometimes what happen is we are very familiar with what we don't like, right? We are experts on what we don't like, and these apply in other areas of our life as well. Our attention is so fixated with what we don't like, and then we will going to ask why this keeps on showing up, because our focus is on what we don't like. That's why our goal is we will make a declaration of what exactly we want, so we become very, very, very clear. Okay. So for us to rise above any old pattern, we need to get familiar with the energy and frequency. We need to have clarity and conviction on exactly what we are inviting into our life. By doing that, we create space for that new stories to grow in our energy field. We're holding this space for, and we are going to reinforce it over and over again, the new story, because we will not going to do this just once, because our thoughts may go back to the old story, and then we will forgive it again, we will forgive ourselves for having it still, and then we will going to reinforce the new stories. We will make the declaration of what exactly we want to invite. And we need to remind ourselves that the divine support is always here, guiding me and leading me. There's nothing to fear. I'm very clear on what I am inviting. And in this process, we're going to clear the resistance, and slowly this will melt away in our energetic field. Now that we are sending out the vibration of exactly what we want, because we created clarity and we have this new conviction, now we can start receiving and we can start allowing for this to unfold. So this process is not memorization. This process, we need to implement it, infuse it on how we process things, and we need to experience it so we can totally change our frequency. When we are determined to break our old pattern, the intention alone is enough to shift our energy. The intention of we are willing to break out of the old pattern, we will start to focus our attention to what we really desire. And that small amount of willingness will build up over time. I want to end this episode by guiding you through a short meditation. This will help you clear out your resistance. After our meditation, you can open your journal and write your insights and continue the inner work. Find a quiet place for you to be in this meditation. Sit in a comfortable position. When you're ready, close your eyes, palms up, and I want you to start noticing your breath. Allow your body and allow your mind to be here in this present moment. Let's begin with big, deep inhale. And release. One more time. Allow your body to feel relaxed more and more. Let's call in your guides, your angels, and the spirit of the highest truth and compassion to hold a space for us in this process. As we set our prayers with our intention to get our goals, we recognize that we are having the self-doubts. Some old stories are playing inside our heads, and we start to feel a tug of war, and we start to have resistance towards receiving our goals. The goals that at the beginning we are very clear and we feel very aligned with, and we are excited to have. Help us. Help us to move through the process of melting away these feelings, these emotions, and the thoughts that are holding us back, and truly receiving and welcoming what we asked for. As you are settling in this process, let's imagine our guides and our angels are slowly walking towards us. They are now standing in front of us. They are carrying on their hand this gold white beam of light. They have this bright glowing radiance, and they have this smile on their faces. They're glad that you remember them. They're always here and ready to support you in every decision that you are going to make. As you inhale, feel their presence. Feel their presence in front of you right now. They are patiently waiting for you to surrender the old stories that are playing inside your head. They are waiting for you to lift away the memories that happened from the past, that are getting in the way of you receiving your desired outcome. They are telling you you can give yourself permission to create a new story. You can give yourself permission to see a better story. You can enjoy and give yourself permission to witness the best story yet to unfold. They are reminding you, yes, you can change things. What's inside your heart are divine desires. We are here to support you. We are here to hold your hands. You are not alone. As you inhale and exhale, slowly lift away the painful stories that is inside your head. Slowly lift away the shameful stories that are playing inside your memory. Lift away the feeling of guilt, the feeling of undeservingness. Slowly lift this away from your body. I forgive the stories. I am ready to start receiving my desires. I am ready to cut the cords. I am handing these old stories to my guides and my angels. Forgive the stories. Forgive yourself for having the stories inside your head that are holding you back. I want you to lift it away from your body completely and fully. You are safe to let it go. Your angels and your guides are here to help you in your journey. Always remember, it is part of their mission to infuse you with grace, to infuse you with strength, and it is part of their mission to walk with you when you're feeling weak. Your angels and your guides are so thrilled to help you. They're sending you the blessings through their gold white light. As you inhale, feel the warmth of their love embracing you right now. Feel the warmth of their grace entering from the top of your head down to your throat, down to your heart, and now glowing inside your whole body. Allow your angels and your guides to work with you, not only today, but every single day. Stay here with a few more breaths, breathing long and deep. You are safe to allow yourself to receive the love. You are safe to allow yourself to receive the peace. You are safe to allow yourself to receive the energy of these affirmations. I am ready to receive my desires. I am open to receive my desires. I am trusting the process. I know I am being guided. I am worthy. I am capable. All is well. I am safe. My angels are protecting me. My angels and my guides are always with me. I don't have to feel worry. I don't have to feel the fear. All is well. I am safe. You are safe. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes. And we reached the end of today's show. Join us again on the next episode of the Lady Level Up Pause podcast. Thank you for tuning in with today's episode. Say hi to me on Instagram, search at Karizza_Cuello for more inspiration and soulful vibes. Visit my website www.karizzacuello.com. Links are all on my show notes. Gorgeous souls, remember this: there is no force more beautiful than a woman determined to rise. I cannot wait to connect to you soon.